My name is Lin Fangzi. My number metric is 309739. Today I will present our system, Maju Auto Sales Payroll Management System. Then this one is the first page, which is the login page. And then user and the password. The user need to fill in the username and the password. Then we click login button. Once we log in, we will come to the dashboard for our website system. So here have three quick link. So we can click add salesman. So at this page, that will about the add the new salesman and the search the salesman based on the table, the record in database. So next is the new payroll. New payroll, we can key in the data and select the data, and then to save to make the new payroll. And then for the next is the report. Then when we click, we can see the report, and based on our selection, it will generate a report for us. So the next is logout. When we want to log out, we click the logout button. That will be logout.
Good day everyone. My name is Sumitra Narayanan and my metric number is 309867. Now, I will demonstrate the salesman management module of our payroll management system. The purpose of this module is to manage salesman records efficiently. Administrator can add new salesman information, search for existing records, update information when necessary, and remove records that are no longer needed. First, I will show the search function. The search function allows administrator to quickly find a specific salesman record. Instead of manually browsing through all records, the user can enter relevant information such as the salesman ID or name and click the search button. So first, I want to search for S001 and then I want to click the search button. And then the system will then display the matching record, making the data retrieval faster and more efficient. Next, I will demonstrate the clear function. The clear button is used to reset all inputs fields on the form. This is useful when the user wants to perform a new search or enter a new information without manually deleting the existing data in the each field. So now I will show the add function. To add a new salesman record, the administrator enter the required information such as the salesman details into the form fields. So first the ID and then name as per IC and then IC number and then the account number. After after inputting all the information, click save button. The system validates the data and stores the new record in the database. A successful message is displayed to confirm that the salesman has been added successfully. So now, next is the edit function. The edit function allows administrator to update existing salesman information. So now I want to click the edit button for this Sumitra Narayanan's salesman. Now I want to change the account number. And then click the update button to save in the database. After clicking the edit button, the system updates the database and saves the modified information. This ensures that the salesman records remain accurate and up to date. Finally, I will demonstrate the delete function. The delete function is used to remove a salesman record from the system. After selecting or searching for the desired record, the administrator click the delete button. Then the system may display a confirmation message to prevent accidental deletion. So now I want to click delete because I want to delete this salesman. Once confirmed, the selected salesman is permanently removed from the database. And then a successful message will appear that says that the salesman has been deleted. Thank you.
Good day everyone. My name is Sangeeta Sabakumar and my metric number is 309864. So today I will be presenting a payroll model of our project which is Maju Auto Sales Payroll System. So first, this is our payroll record page. The purpose of this page is to allow administrator to manage all payroll records in one place. So here we can see a table containing payroll information such as staff ID, name, month, total sale, car sold, gross, tax, EPF, net and action. So the administrator can perform several actions. So which is click new payroll to create a new payroll record. So here user can click pay slip to view the employee pay slip and can edit to update the payroll information and click delete to remove the payroll records from the database. So this page provides a clear overview of all payroll transactions and help administrator to manage employee salaries efficiency. So now let's move on to the next page, which is new payroll. So this page is used to calculate the employee salaries automatically. So here we can see the salesman. So select salesman and the month should be January and year 2026. And the total sales amount is 250,000 and the number of cars sold are 5. So here we can see the buttons which is calculate, save, reset and cancel. So once user click reset, it will reset all the information we input. So again we select the salesman, January 2026, 250,000 and the number of cars sold are 5. So once user click calculate button, the system is automatically compute the salary based on the predefined business rules. So the calculation include basic salary, so which is 1,800, and the car body commission consume 1% of total sales, which is 2,500, and increase commission is 1,000, gross salary is 5,300, and income tax is 689 ringgit, and the EPF should be 11%. So this is 583. So the net salary should be 4,028 ringgit. So after the deductions such as income and income tax, which is 3%, and EPF commission is 11%, they are automatically deduct the obtained net salary. So this automatically reduce human error and make payroll processing faster and more accurate. So once we done the payroll calculation, user can click save. So it will save in payroll record page. So here we can see. So this is the final payroll record. So once user click payslip button, so it will display a payslip form. So administrator can also click the print payslip to generate the printable version for record keeping the employee reference. So this feature improve transparency because employees can clearly see how their salaries is calculated. So once user click back button, it will go to the payroll record. And we can also edit. So edit button will make user to edit the information, such as like I need to change the year to 2025. So calculate and we can update. So once user update, it will update the record. So we can also delete the record. So it will ask the confirmation message. So once user click OK, so the information will be deleted. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sarunraj, my metric number is 3097771. Now I'm going to explain about the reports. So for payroll reports, first we have to select the salesman. So for example, Ahmad Riza bin Hamid. Then year is 2025, and then we can sort by IS sales amount and also IS car sold. So for this example, I will select the IS sales amount, then I will generate the report. So once we generate the report, we can see the results here. So we can also view the report here like this, and also we can print the report as well like this. So it will loading the preview, and then we can see the preview of the page, then we can print. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Sainesh and my matrix number is 309772. And today I'll be explaining the database part for our project. So this is my Superbase. So we use Superbase for this project. So it's a Superbase. It's a cloud-based PostgreSQL platform. So basically, we wanted to use this cloud database. So we choose this because it is free. And if you ask me, it's easy to set up and it's fully compatible with standard JDBC drivers. Meaning, like we don't need any special libraries. Just the same PostgreSQL driver we would use for a local database. So instead of installing the PostgreSQL on our laptop, Superbase, what it does is it hosts the database online. So it's accessible from anywhere, not just one machine. So let's check. So this is the project. So using this is a different project. That's why I put project as pause. So the one we use for our project is the Maju Auto system. So if you click here, so you can see our primary database and all. So if you go table editor, yeah. So I'll just try to explain one by one table. So first I'll explain the roles table. So the first table is roles. So this table stores the type of users in our system, which are admin and clerk. So we separate this into its own table instead of like hard coding the role directly in the users table. So this follows a good database normalization. So if we ever need to add a new role in the future, we just add one row here without changing anything else. So that is why we created this table roles. And the next table is users. So this table, it stores the login credentials, which is username and password, and a reference to the roles table through the role ID. It also has an isActive flag, which allows us to disable an account without deleting it. So this table is what powers our authentication module. Authentication module is the first page, which is the login and logout functionality. Next, we go for the salesman. So the salesman stores personal information for each salesman, which is staff ID, full name, IC number, bank account number. So we kept this separate from the payroll records table because one salesman can have many payroll records, one for each month. So if you store the salesman's personal details inside every payroll record, we will be repeating the same information many times, which can cause data redundancy. So by separating them, we follow proper database normalization. And lastly, we also created a payroll records. Before I move on to how we managed to create this table, we use the SQL editor. We have the coding to create table. So we have to specify how many columns and what are the data type and so on. So payroll records, this is the most important table because this one, it stores all the data, especially the monthly payroll calculation results. So including the total sales amount. If you see in the table, number of cars sold, basic salary, car body commission, incentive commission, gross salary, income tax, EPF, and net salary. So we added a unique constraint on the combination of staff ID, month, and year. So this prevents accidentally saving duplicate payroll records for the same salesman in the same month. So all reports and payslips in our system are generated from the data in this table. So just to summarize the relationship, this roles table is a reference for the users and salesman table is referenced by the payroll records. So the roles and users handle who can log in, while the salesman and payroll records handle the actual payroll data. So maybe just I want to demo. So the admin username is admin123. So I log in. So if you see here, this one is the link that I generated using Microsoft Azure to deploy the project. So let's just like, for example, right, I want to update something just to make sure that the database is working online. So for example, I edit this account, Ahmad Rizal. So for example, I change to other number 04399903. So I update. So once I update, it says salesman updated. So this is the account 04399. Let's see whether does it update lively or not. So this one we must see in the salesman table. Yes. So if you see here, this is the bank account. And if you see the first row, Ahmad Rizal, so it is updated lively. So is it the same Ahmad Rizal 04399012? Yeah, so it's updated. So this applies the same concept for the other tables as well, for payroll and reports. So the next thing I want to say is how do I deploy this website into using Microsoft Azure. So using Microsoft Azure, what I did was at first so if you see app services here, I create one app services and I ask to give a resource group, name a resource group, any resource group, and then so sometimes you will name all these things and then you'll be thinking how you want to deploy your website in it. We have to use the WAR exploded file. So the WAR exploded file, sorry, not exploded, but the WAR file, the one we used from our project directory. So for example, I want to show something. So this is our coding. This is for the database connection. So the database connection, if you see here, based on the URL link, it gives a URL link, and this one we use based on the method we use is connection pooler. So we never use the direct connection because from what I tried just now, using direct connection, it didn't work. So that's why I tried another method, which is the connection pooler, and from that it works. And also you need to make sure the user is correct and password is correct. Then only you can connect to a database. And from my experience, like you don't need to, you can also put your database in this Microsoft Azure. But the thing is, we really connect the database in IntelliJ IDEA, and really connected it through Superbase. So we don't need to put it in Microsoft Azure. So what I left was the WAR file. So once we put the WAR file in, and then we also must make sure we go to the, okay, for example, I go here configuration. So I go configuration, I go to stack settings. So basically they'll ask, okay, which version is this Java version? So the Java version that I use is 25 and the web server is of course Apache Tomcat. Before this I had a problem because I couldn't display the website because it says application error. So this is one of the challenges I face. So once I managed to, because this was Java SE, it was an embedded web server. So once I managed to change it to Apache Tomcat, that's where my website worked and I managed to deploy the web app successfully. So you have to make sure all this is correct. Then only once you configure everything, the settings to deploy the website, and then it will automatically display the default domain. So maybe I can show it again. So I copy here the domain, go to new tab, I paste it, and then you can see the website. So that's all from me. Thank you.